We just got another report from one of the growth farms. Ah, more dead animals. Bladed backs this time. No signs of injury.
Merciful serpent. Whatever this is, it seems to be spreading. Still no word from the city about a research assistant?
Nothing. And I'm not really surprised in light of recent events.
Be patient, dear. The serpent provides. What a pleasant surprise! We saw...
Hello. Welcome to Hamadi Station. I do hope you're here about the research assistant opening. We haven't had many promising applicants.
By which he means we haven't had any applicants.
Well, yes. Thank you for the painful reminder. Oh, love of my life. I'm Azad Dubas. My wife Shireen and I are scientists. We've been quite busy lately and are greatly in need of some help. We put out a call for a research assistant, but with recent events, we haven't had much luck.
By which he means we haven't had any luck.
This could become tiresome quickly.
So, are you interested in a little field work? Ah, so you've some experience then. The Great Serpent has truly blessed us. My wife and I have been studying a recent and somewhat troubling phenomenon. You see, the local wildlife has been dying, and we're not sure why. The remains show no signs of external injury or trauma, so we can rule out most of the usual causes.
Fighting for dominance or territory, predators, hunters looking for sport, those sorts of things.
We began to see this phenomenon just after the accident in Dazra. We're convinced these events are linked, but the exact nature of the connection remains a mystery. Not yet, but we'll be running those tests soon. Unfortunately, we only have a few samples to work with. I'm not sure we'll be able to paint a complete picture. We don't know that they aren't. For all we know, the same thing is happening to people right now, just more slowly. All the more reason to work with a sense of urgency. Well, no, not yet. However, I'm confident that the process will prove the hypothesis to be correct. An accurate assertion. This is where you come in. I need you to search for corpses of local wildlife and collect tissue samples. I'll give you a biosample collector that will extract and store the samples safely. Try to collect samples from different kinds of creatures. We want to cast a wide net. Return here when you've got them, and we'll begin the analysis.
The prospect of tearing rotten flesh from animal corpses is not what I would call appetizing.
You're looking for creatures without an obvious cause of death. There should be no wounds, no blood, no sign of physical trauma. What we are searching for is an invisible killer. Off you go then, and no dragging your feet. You're on the clock as of now. The corpses you're looking for should be free of blood or wounds, with no obvious cause of death. When my wife and I first moved out here, it was for practical reasons. It allowed us to observe the plants and creatures we study in their natural habitat. Having said that, I've grown very fond of the peace, quiet, and solitude that we enjoy here. I don't think I could return to the city now. I'm sure I'd find it too noisy and distracting. I suppose in some ways it's much the same as in other cultures. We seek a greater understanding of our world through observation and reason. We do this work in service to the people, that all may benefit. Well, for me, they do not. No. Some doubt the value of our work, and others consider science to be nearly a cousin to heresy. I suppose there are many perspectives regarding the coexistence of faith and science. What about you? Do you believe that faith and science sit in contradiction to one another? Then we're of one mind on the subject. I'll go even further and say that they must coexist, for both are vital in any successful civilization. Ecological studies mainly. Shireen's field of expertise is botany, and mine is biology. We keep an eye on the flora and fauna, the health of which are vital to the local settlements. The people, the creatures, and the land exist in symbiosis, as the Great Serpent intended. Until our next meeting.
By the grace of the Serpent, we were spared. Even so, my dreams have been filled with darkness and dread every night. I believe the Great Serpent is testing us, and we must rise to the challenge. We must be strong and resourceful and prove our devotion beyond all doubt. Only then will we prove ourselves worthy. What a delightful question. I'm so glad you asked. You see, it's something of a point of pride. It was my mother who designed the layout for Hamadi Station. She was a gifted architect, as well as a botanist, and yet still found the time to be a wonderful mother. She married an engineer, and they built this place together. Hamadi was my father's family name. In many ways, I suppose my parents were my heroes as a child. Farewell, far traveler.